Hi there. Welcome to Elevate Wellness. I am Coach Latanya. I have over 20 years in the fitness and wellness space, and every day I help people online achieve their health and wellness goals through programs, products, and services. I'm going to be sharing with you today something that we all do. We do it each and every day, but this can actually help accelerate fat loss. So if you're interested in this topic, stay tuned. So today we're going to be talking about sleep hygiene and why it's so important. And I'm going to be sharing with you some tips to help you elevate your sleep hygiene. Okay, so what is sleep hygiene? It is a piece of the wellness puzzle that many of us overlook. I've talked to many people, in the past, just conversation. I'm always talking about wellness because it's what I'm passionate about. And I've heard people say, I don't have time to get 8 hours of sleep. There's no way I can get that much sleep. And a lot of times these are the same people who don't have time to eat lunch. They kind of run out, they eat at their laptop. It's just, I get it. It's the culture. I understand. Sometimes I'm guilty of it as well. We're so busy. We're in the hustle and bustle. We're in the grind, and we don't have time to slow down. So the CDC recommends that we get anywhere between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Now, there are always exceptions to the rule, and I'm not saying that you have to get that much, but that is what's recommended. I find that's ideal for most people, but again, there are always exceptions to the rule. Now, why is sleep so important? Well, when we sleep, our bodies, we have REM sleep, which is the rapid eye movement, but we also have deep sleep. And it's ideal to get about 1.5 hours to 2 hours of deep sleep. This is where we get into that dream state. This is where the body is just in a reparative mode. It is cleaning or repairing the brain. This is important if we're trying to learn anything, whether you are a student in school or a student in life. It helps you to be able to retain, recall information, right? It's important for that. Even let go of certain things as well. Sometimes we have to relearn things, so it helps our bodies to be able to heal and regenerate and recover or recall these new memories, these new thoughts, these new things that we've learned. So it's great for recovery of the brain as well as the body. Now, I know for myself that usually Monday through Friday are my most busy days right now, because it does kind of shift a little bit. And so when I take it down on Saturday, that's my day of rest. I kind of shut it down digitally, especially in the morning. And I shut it down, and then also on Sunday I'm still kind of in that state. Although I may do some work, it's very light work, just kind of setting me up for the rest of the week. And so I find that I even look my best on Saturday and definitely Sunday. Some of the photos that I take are my Sunday photos, because my body has had time to recover. It's had time to restore. It's had time to repair. And so I'm more defined. I'm more toned, because my body is not inflamed from all the work that I've been doing. We're going into a new season now, or we're in fall now. So I'm doing some fall, changing outside in the garden, and, I got to walk my dog. I'm still doing all of these things. And so the body over time, I think it was last week that I looked at my numbers, and I had gotten in 59,000 steps in just those 5 days. So that's a lot of walking. That's a lot of activity. And so the body needs recovery. Now, although I do get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night, I still am busy, right? So although I'm getting the 7 to 9 hours of sleep, there's also another thing. Rest is also very important. So I used to think that sleep and rest are the same. They're synonymous, but they are not. So, 7 to 9 window of sleeping, but also incorporate at least a day of rest each week. Okay, now rest for everyone may look different. For someone else, it may be going through a hardcore workout, kind of just zoning out. For someone else, it might be a leisure walk, all right? So you let rest, your definition of rest, be your guide, okay? Now, course, I have some notes here because I want to stay on topic. But so we've talked about what sleep hygiene is. Let's talk about some ways that you can actually get better sleep. All right. These are my recommendations. As a wellness coach, I've used them. I've suggested them. They work for others. And so I want to share them with you. All right. If you feel like you need to see a physician for, your sleep issues, then please, by all means, go ahead and seek a professional if you feel like you need that type of support and guidance. I recommend is setting up a sleep routine, a bedtime routine. I have 5 children, and for each one of them, I had a bedtime routine where we start to wind down in the evening. As the sun starts to go down, it's evening, they're having dinner. We may watch something, read a story, bath time, brush teeth, or bath time, brush teeth, read a story, go to sleep, right? That was the routine. So they knew after dinner, we start to wind down. I like to do the same thing now. Now, when I was going through my adrenal fatigue season, I found that my circadian rhythm was off. And what that is basically the body's ability to be operating while the sun is still up. And it's important for me because I found that to be very important because with that syndrome, one of the things I experienced oftentimes was 2:30, 3:30, I'd be wide awake. Once I get the 5 hours, I'm wide awake. I can't get back to sleep, but I knew I was still tired, but I was wired and tired. So 2:30 in the morning, remember I'm going to bed at 9:30, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, right? So about 5 hours, I would wake up and could not get back to sleep. And that's how I knew, okay, I'm wound up. That was a great indicator of me being wound up. And I'd be so wound up, I wasn't sure if I should go clean my home or if I should kind of set something up or go to work. I would wrestle back and forth with that because I'd be so wound up, okay? And so setting a bedtime routine for me is what really helped me to not only fall asleep, but remain asleep. And so these are some of the things that I've worked, that I recommended for others, and hopefully they will work for some of you as well. So setting that bedtime routine after dinner, I can have my tea, and I might have that with a snack, especially if I'm really busy and I need a snack. I'll have a snack, but I'll have chamomile tea, green tea, hibiscus tea, whatever type of tea. I'm a big herbal tea drinker. Whatever I feel like I may need or I want to enjoy, I have that. Okay, so I have the tea, I have a nice shower, the warm water and the smells, the essential oils and all of that. Sometimes I will read as well, but I have my room dimly lit. So around 7:30, I actually have my dimly lit lights on. That kind of sets the mode as well. So that blaring light for me tells my brain, hey, stay awake, stay awake, stay awake, stay alert. And I want to allow that melatonin to, start to do its work. And so, dimly lighting your room, creating your bedroom as a space where it just really brings you to a place of calm, right? So creating your bedroom or arranging your bedroom in a way that brings you to a place of calm. So I try not to work in my bedroom. Every now and then I might bring work to bed, but I really try hard not to do that because that doesn't allow my brain to get into that deep sleep because I'm dreaming about work. I'm thinking about work even as I sleep, and I find I'm not rested. Okay, I'm not recovered, I'm not restored, I'm not able to create, I'm just functioning. Okay? And so taking the mobile phones, the laptops out of the room, not working in your room, but creating a space of calm in there. You can, light some incense, some candles, whatever it is to bring you back to your calm place. I also like to have my room nice and cool. So about 65 is perfect. Helps to bring me down. My husband and I love that temperature. We keep it nice and cool. And if it's not that cool, we turn the air conditioner on because we like that coolness. And that helps us to remain asleep, get a nice deep quality sleep at night. I find that if it's, 68, 70 and or higher, that I wake up in the middle of the night hot, and then here we go again. I got to go back to sleep. Another thing too is not eating too late. So I recommend 3 hours before you go into bed. 3 hours, because if you're eating and you're drinking any fluid, you're going to bed. You may have to get up in the middle of the night, which I hear that a lot too, to go to the restroom. So, thinking about how far in advance do I need to kind of limit my fluids so I'm not waking up in the middle of the night. So these are all those things that we need to consider. So perhaps you need to drink before you have dinner. Just drink a little bit, but not, definitely not 2 hours before bed, because you may find yourself waking up in the middle of the night having to use the restroom. This is why it's important to remain hydrated, but to really focus on hydration first thing in the morning as opposed to later in the evening. Okay, so taking a nice bath with Epsom salt, lavender, chamomile essential oils, soaking in that warmth and allowing the magnesium from the essential oil, from the bath salts to really relax your muscles. I take magnesium supplements at night. I take one. That's relaxing as well. Nice music, piano music or soothing music. I like to listen to some music while I'm sleeping. It keeps me in that state, and just creating that space. So whatever you need to create that space of calmness and tranquility, serenity, that's what I like to do. Prayer is also good. Meditation is also good. Journaling is also good as well, because they bring you back to yourself. They help you to, I used to journal, especially when I was going through the adrenal fatigue, so I can get those thoughts out on paper and rid myself of them so that my mind is clear and they're not coming back to my mind in that 2:30, 3:30 in the morning hour, right? And so that also helped me as well. Journaling your thoughts, even if they've not had a resolution yet, but journaling them out so you can kind of do away with them. Another thing I like to do is write down in the evening when I finish work. I'm writing down or putting in memory, okay, these are the things I'm going to work on tomorrow, so that I'm already ready for tomorrow. I'm already mentally prepared for tomorrow. So that way, all of the things that I go to bed with, the thoughts, right, it takes away from those thoughts that I could take into my sleep. Studies have also shown that diseases like type 2 diabetes, metabolic issues, heart issues, brain issues, strokes, heart attacks, all of those are linked to poor sleep hygiene. So sleep, as we are sleeping, like I said before, our bodies are recovering, regenerating, restoring, healing, right? And so if we are not giving our bodies that opportunity, that means when we wake up the next day, we're still stressed, coupled with the stress we experience in that day. So if you are struggling with sleep and you're not quite sure what's going on, I suggest starting a sleep routine. Starting a sleep routine when you go to bed at the same time, you wake up at the same time. Allow your body to get into this new habit. And what I find for myself is when I've gotten enough sleep, I don't need the alarm clock to wake me up. If the alarm clock wakes me up, I know that I've not gotten enough sleep because it had to wake me up. But I wake up when that sun starts to come up. I'm up, and as that sun starts to go down, and those who know me, they know, like, I go to bed early. But as that sun starts to go down, I am in sync with that sun going down. So 7:30, 8:30 for sure, I am shutting it down, getting ready. 9:30, I'm in the bed and very close to going to sleep. Millions of Americans are struggling with a healthy sleep regimen. But I find that, setting a bedtime routine where you go into bed and waking up at the same time is very helpful. Creating that ritual where you're taking your bath, and a ritual is when you take pause and stop and think about, right? Mindfully work through that routine, right? Mindfully process through that routine, right? So for example, instead of just taking a bath and you're pouring those salts, think about washing away the day, right? Washing away the stress. As you use your loofah or your sponge or your bath salts or whatever. Think about, I'm washing away the day. I'm washing away the stress. I'm inviting in calm and relaxation. Whatever it is, you can create your own ritual. It's just an opportunity for you to take pause and come back to yourself. Tomorrow, we'll worry about tomorrow, right? But for right now, I'm bringing peace back into my mind, into my soul, into my emotions so that I can have proper rest. So this is one of the reasons why I create these products, is because the hope is to turn your ritual, turn your routine into a ritual. When you're cleansing your skin and prepping your skin for the night, and you're removing the makeup, removing the, whatever, removing the day away, removing the toxicity, removing the things that you didn't like, removing those things away, cleansing and getting ready for a new day, a brighter day, expecting a new day, expecting a better day, expecting good sleep. So you can take those routines from your products, and they don't have to be from me, but those routines, scrubbing the day away, washing the day away, right? You're reading a book and you're bringing calm back to your emotions. You're deciding to let go of those things by journaling. All of that can be a ritual so that you are pausing from all of the things you have going on so that you can get proper rest. My question for you is, do you have good sleep hygiene, or what changes would you like to implement that I recommended today? Those of you who have already subscribed here, I want to thank you so much for being here, and I hope these videos are helping you elevate wellness on your journey. And until next time, live beautiful.